Okay. Uh, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Derek B, and welcome to the Realmhattan Project. Uh, Joining me are my fellow comrades. I got EE on the top, but he'll be right back in a second, I guess. Yeah. Okay. And so we'll just continue the rotation. Joining us also is Gort
What's up?
and my man Ricky Ticky Timber, and he'll
What
be
up,
back as
yo?
well.
I forgot my mic was muted. I was talking that whole time.
Oh, okay. Um, Good grief. Well, welcome to another exciting edition of the Realmhattan Project, where tonight we're gonna have a couple of things to talk about. It's gonna get a little wordy in here tonight. So let's just go around and talk about how our week's been. We'll start out with you, Gort. How was your week?
Let's see. Well, I got some stuff down in my car today. It's driving a little nicer and started filling in the new shelves a bit more. My basement is pretty messy. It's one of the reasons the camera's off tonight. I don't have time to clean all that. Not yet. I built 5 new shelves, 5 billies, and just started stuffing toys into them. Opening up new things, moving things from the other shelves, across the way, and trying to open up space and figure out what a final layout is going to be and how many cabinets I need for things. So right now I'm looking at 3 cabinets for Star Wars as an example, a couple for Turtles, Transformers, Joe, et cetera, and just trying to determine where it all goes.
So
But
you're separating. Are you
yeah,
doing separate displays, or you're putting them all together
it's going to be
whatever?
separate for now, and it's more just to see what I have and like understand the space, and then I might start mixing things up. Right now, things are already mixed. I have Joe's Star Wars Transformers on single shelves together, and I have no problem with that. But I think it's going to look nicer to separate it for a little bit, and then I might change it up. Like I have no problem to take Ninja Turtles and put, Optimus and Megatron behind there for whatever reason.
Okay, theming them out. You're doing dioramas as well. See,
Possibly,
Ricky, I said it right that time. Yeah.
possibly.
First time in
I
your
was
life, dioramas.
I was considering doing them for the turtles. It's the only stuff that I have it all in my head. Like I want to do like Technodrome interior and the
Mm.
sewer, Channel 6,
Oh, okay.
things like that. Like I know what I would want to do for turtles, but for anything else, I don't know.
Nick already did
I don't
it
feel
for
like
you.
I
Just
need
buy
it. Hmm. What's
it.
that, Ricky?
Nick already did it for you. All you have to do is buy it, the sewer layer and all that nonsense.
No, I could buy like other things for that kind
Yeah,
of money.
well, better things
Yeah, anything's better.
for less.
Those play
What-
sets are overpriced. That's a goddamn joke.
Oh, you gonna DIY it, or
Oh yeah.
yeah? There you go. That's
No, I'll
best.
build anything I
That's the
need. I'm
best
not
price.
buying
The
that.
best price. The best price to go about doing it. You
Hey,
know.
but more importantly, you said diorama right. Don't even worry about how you said best brights. Don't even worry
I
about
mean,
it.
yeah,
Hey, look, Brink has invaded
I'm,
our show. He took over EE spot.
Yeah, is
I
that
know,
what 3D
right? That's what I was
described
looking.
there?
That's what I was looking. I was like, did we just switch up at the last second? But no, okay. All right. And to my
Other side.
right,
Mhm.
Ricky, what's going on, man?
Same old, man. Working like crazy.
How's the team doing?
Rec ball's over for the season. We went second place in the season. Um, travel ball we have this weekend is the last. It's the playoffs, but also All Stars started. So he has All Stars all the way. If they go all the way, it's all the way until the end of June,
Oh wow.
and then we get
End of
July
June.
off, and then it starts again in August.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Exciting times. You working on any displays like Gort, or you good?
You can't see everything because remember I used to have everything lit up. Well, I've literally tore out all my old stuff. I got some new bookshelves and stuff in here. I got that new thing light going over there in the corner, like a
Yeah, I
corner
see
shelf
that.
thing. But I don't have lighting in my new bookshelves yet. But it's all getting rearranged and reorganized right now. So it's all in process. And once I have it reorganized, then I'm going to start with the Dios.
Gotcha.
The Dios.
All right,
Ronnie James Dios, like a real man.
man. All right. You back with us?
Just enough to change away from Brink's picture.
Yeah. All right. Well, if you had noticed, Wolfie is not joining us tonight. He is on assignment.
He specifically said he hated the neighbor in the chat squad and he wasn't going to come because he knew he was going to be here.
Yeah, he saw that
Yeah,
guy
'cause he
was
showed-
first and he bounced.
Yeah, he showed up first and he was just like, nah, I'm out.
He said, I'm not doing this shit tonight.
It's something about a bad omen or something like that. I don't know. I don't believe in that stuff, but apparently Wolfie does. But Wolfie, he asked us to say that he was on assignment and he will be back on our next show. All right, cool. So, EE, how's it going, bud?
Sorry about that. Wife just got home. Luckily, this is the last time she will be interrupting the show for the summer. My daughter's starting soccer on Fridays.
Okay.
So she won't be going to her mother's Friday. She'll be going Saturday, so she won't be coming home right when I hit the fucking go live button, like she always seems to do lately.
Okay.
But no, it's been a good week. Work.
Are you blurred on purpose?
1 second, baby girl. Got my that HMS missile thing over on Monday, which was
Oh yeah.
Are you blurred out on purpose?
yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you realized
With
it
the
was
project going on, another one who
Okay.
was redoing everything.
Gotcha.
People don't need to see what's back there right now.
You're good. I was just making sure I didn't know if your name was on.
Everybody's
It was
working on
bigger than I
projects this week.
expected.
That's what she said.
Everybody working on their projects this week. That's dope.
No, that's pretty much about it. Finished watching Bad Batch, and yeah.
Same.
I'm on. I'm still in season 2. I'm about to episode 9 right now. Just trying to get caught up and everything because I'm way behind. Because season 3 is almost at the end, right?
No, it was done this week.
It's over.
Finale.
This was last
Oh,
episode.
okay. Oh, so I can just go
This is
straight into
the
that one.
last episode of the show. It's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
This was the
Supposedly.
final season. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I haven't even
So
opened mine yet. EE.
I just got to open
Fake
mine
fan.
today. Yeah, mine's been sitting here for 2 days, and I just got to open mine when I got home from work
I still
today.
haven't opened the vamp yet.
Fake fan number 3.
Well, I heard that the wheels might fall off if I try to put it together.
Only if you
Yeah.
whack it with a hammer or bounce it up.
You
and
know,
down.
like fucking idiots.
Fucking
Mhm.
people. Yes.
Yeah.
Rage.
About that joke group. So
That's that is funny, dude.
Yeah.
I was talking to E, and he turned around and talked to his daughter. He's like, "Yeah, baby girl." So it sounds like Esteban just said it sounded like he was calling me baby girl. Good timing.
Truly.
And so, what about you, Derek? You got to ask everybody else. What are you doing? What other module case are you slapping together and filling up with cool stuff?
None no time soon. That is gonna be the next thing, but I gotta really plan that one out. Well, I actually did plan it out, but now I just gotta figure out.
Make it happen.
Yeah.
And 2 years for shipping and all that good shit.
Hey, check out this
Yeah.
comment, Ricky. What are you doing in his mail?
I was. You didn't see his
Let the
picture
guy
he
open his
posted.
own toy.
He said DHL kicked the fucking shit out of his box. He posted that picture. It looked like it had been used for a soccer match or two. It was wild.
Really?
Yeah, he posted pictures in
Wow.
the group. You have to go back and find them. It was messed up. I haven't seen a package like that in a while.
Oh wow.
I immediately checked mine. Mine was perfect. I sent pictures. I was like, haha.
So, because it comes in the box and that mesh
That
paper thing that it comes in, which
But
I
his
find
outside
ridiculous.
box looked like it had been beat up and ran over, and then
Yeah.
it beat up the box inside of it too. But anyways, fuck that dude. How was your week? What are you working on? Let's get back to you, Derek. Fuck that guy.
So I'm not working on anything in particular like you guys are, but I am working on trying to still open up this Viper so I can put it up there with the rest of the bots, rest of the aerial bots. So I'm still, I still got my Zeta, in full form, and I think I'm gonna keep it that way and have the bots in their robot form just surrounding them like that. I got a second set I still have a second set of them. Gonna have a second set of them because I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to actually put them in plane mode and put them somewhere or something
You can
like
just
that.
sell me the robots without the combiner parts from the Lolo.
Okay, we'll talk.
But that's the only thing I'm sitting on the fence about is I don't want those combiner parts. I'm not going to use it as a combiner, so I don't feel like paying $400 for a fucking combiner set I'm not going to use.
Okay,
That's making me mad.
That's it, and that's actually pretty interesting because you can sell the bot to whoever's getting multiple sets. They can split them up. Who wants to buy combiner parts? Who wants to buy the bot?
Yep.
Yeah, that's actually Test Squad. What y'all gonna do that, or anybody gonna do that for themselves?
Y'all can have dibs on
figure
his
it out.
combiner parts. I already got dibs on the bot.
What you think, E?
Don't know if you're gonna sell combiner parts on their own, unless someone is looking to replace something that broke.
Or they want to use one as a combiner and one as the jet stand, because remember it turns into that flight stand thing.
That stand, the flight stand. Yeah.
There aren't too many people. I mean, we know a few, but there aren't too many people that are buying 3/4 of every fan size.
After the pictures
There's
I just
a couple
saw,
of them, but I mean, like I said, I just think you can have a harder time.
those
moving
pictures I just
combiner
shared in that
parts.
group message, I have no faith in Transformer fans anymore. Like they will literally do anything. Poor old Cliff Jumper. Like I will never bleach my eyeballs.
Yeah.
Is your hat black and white, or is that the blur doing that?
It's the hat's black and white.
That's pretty
Yeah.
sick. I like that as the next one. Yeah, I like the blackouts like that.
Yeah. So yeah, but nah, that's what's my week's been pretty light. It's just work and doing stuff to get ready for the summer, and because we got a major event coming up in we got 2 events coming up this summer. So we got BotCon and
4, 5, 6 events coming up this year. There's a lot.
I know of 2 right now. I'm talking about for the summer, not for the rest of the year.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I know of 2 major ones. So the first one is BotCon, that's happening at the end of June. Got that coming up, and we also got I don't know if y'all got the graphic for it, but we got Realm Nation coming up in August. Save the date, August 23rd through the 25th. It's going to be at NJCC that weekend, and we're doing a Realm Nation live, the test shot. What is a test shot? Well, come to New Jersey and find out.
CAD renderings of Ricky being there. They're gonna give gray outs to me to put up everywhere.
I don't like us having Realm events without Ricky being there. So
that's gonna be hard. I'm gonna try.
Or that's what you're saying now.
No, it's gonna be hard, but I'm gonna try.
Okay. See, you faked me out on one of them.
No, I faked everybody out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
On purpose. I literally said no, and then literally the week before, I'm like, you know what? I can make it. Like it's gonna be just like that again for this.
Yeah. Thank you, Kara, because that's the one that made it happen for you. I love Kara for doing that. Yeah, we heard the story. So, but Kara, if you're listening,
she don't listen.
If you're listening,
she's not loving and supporting wife like some people who I already saw in the chat squad. Hi, Miss Sean.
Did you?
Yep. She said highway earlier.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. So with that being said, now that we've gone around the table and talked and everything, let us start getting into things. So we don't have a showcase set up. We don't have a collector showcase set up this for this show. So we're gonna go immediately going into talking about what we want to talk about, and that is, let's talk.
Hi, Miss Andrea.
Oh,
sorry. Scott said Andrea's watching.
Gotcha. Yeah. Hey, Andrea, how you doing? Hey, Logan, neighbor, Scott, Joe, Dante. Esteban, Eric, Jeremy B, Brian Brink, Wayward Traveler, whoever you are, and who is Wayward Traveler?
Kansas. Carry on, my wayward son. Carry on.
Toy Mafia as always. Thank you for coming through.
I mean, we ain't
trying to
shouting
get-
out these chumps in the chat squad. We only say hi to
I
Miss
wanted to
Andrea,
shout them
hi
out
to
because
Miss
you know we
Sean.
gotta, you know,
Man,
we
nah,
love
we
our
ain't-
chat squad. We
nah,
love the way
man.
they participate with us. We love the way we love the fact that they come out and hang out with us, and we want to just say, you know, thank you for hanging out with us tonight, and you know, we hope you enjoy the show. And
Yeah.
Andrea even said, "Kara loves you, Ricky."
Well, I
So
know she
even
puts
though,
up with my BS.
yeah, she does. So yeah, let's get into the topic. So let's talk Ross and Ollie's for a little bit. So as y'all know, as collectors, you know, we try to find the most inexpensive way to get some of the stuff that we are looking for. Ross and Ollie's all oftentimes get things like Joe's and sometimes even Transformers. More oftentimes, Marvel stuff because like in Ollie's, I always see Marvel stuff in there. So let's talk about doing those type of hunts and pickups from these particular retail stores. What do you guys think? Do y'all think that Ross, the whole Ross and Ollie's thing is killing the collective community or collective fandom, or you know, what are y'all opinions on that? What's up?
I don't think it's the issue isn't going to hurt the fans or hurt the sales of the stuff. I think fans purposely choosing or plotting to choose to wait for it to go will hurt more in the long run. We talked about this, I think, one time with Scott because he's into all this kind of stuff, like the behind the scenes stuff of selling and all that. And he said, technically, it doesn't hurt Hasbro because Hasbro's already got their money by the time it goes to Ross and Ollie's and all that nonsense. So that's not going to hurt them. But I think what's going to happen is kind of like how fans' toys prices all of a sudden shot up because they saw how prices and what's happening on the secondary market. And they're like, why the fuck are we leaving money there? I think that's what's going to happen more than likely. It would be my guess would be Hasbro will raise their prices so they're getting even more money up front. And then those other people could just lose their asses on the ass end of it all. That'd be my guess.
But that's going to stop that product from actually reaching those stores. Do you think?
No.
Reaching
again,
your Rosses and your Ollies? Because if you notice lately, it's been a drought, particularly with Ross. You know, I literally try to go to Ross like at least once a week. And you know, although they do have their certain days where they get product, it's still stuff lingering through the week. Like the main thing I look for is Joe's stuff, and I'll get lucky and may see some legacy Transformer stuff in there too. I never ever seen like studio series like Transformers and Ross or Ollie's or anything like that, but definitely you see Joe's, definitely see Marvel stuff, and definitely see
I don't
you know, the Hasbro Chug stuff. Some
I
of the
don't
Hasbro
notice
Chug
the
stuff.
Transformers in any of these places so much. Definitely the Marvel, and
Mhm,
Star Wars is, shockingly available in a lot of
mhm,
these places. Like,
yep,
that's just a and all of this is, like, I think it's for different reasons. Some of it's, gonna be distribution from the retail stores, and at least in Star Wars case, the volume that I saw that stuff coming in, especially around the holidays,
mhm.
but even all year long and all these, like, archive waves and some of that stuff, and sometimes it wasn't something that was that old. Like, it's still relatively new in the last couple months, but it's just about the media.
Yeah, Star Wars. I mean, I'm not too in tune with Star Wars, but I do see some of the figures that the small ones like that in the card back packaging.
They do like that old
Um,
Kenner 5 POA style.
right,
I think
yeah,
that's a top offender for showing up. Like, that's kinda like just the junk. I'm meaning more like the vintage collection in the Black Series, like, when you see that stuff showing up, and that's kinda disappointing to see,
yeah,
ultimately.
yeah. So how long you guys think that's gonna last? Because it looks like it's coming towards the end of that, or is it just a holiday thing, you think?
There's always a boost in the holidays, but I think the kinda truth of it is this: if the stuff's always gonna be selling in an Ollie's and a Ross, Marshalls, etcetera, in one of these places, then they're gonna be buying more, and then it's just a matter of what is sitting in the distribution warehouses at all these, stores, your Targets, your Walmarts at this point, because we no longer have Toys R Us. Maybe Canada does, you know, but we're not getting that stuff back anymore.
Eric Z and Scott both touched on over there is that Hasbro's reduced their production numbers because Scott was saying it makes it look bad when everything they have is going on sale and getting dumped into places like Ross's and Ollie's. It lowers the value of the brand.
Yeah.
So they're saying they're going to reduce production numbers.
I mean, that's, definitely going to combat this, to an effect. And a lot of people, when they see that stuff showing up there at all, sometimes it could be a distribution fuck up that it's even
Mm,
showing up. I feel like it was like Stalker and the Crimson Twins. They showed up kind of quick in Ollie's and these kind of places.
Hmm.
But is that a production number thing? Is it a distribution screw up? Like they didn't get it out to warehouses, and then the next brand, not the next brand, but the next waves of stuff came in, and they need that on the shelves. They want the newest stuff on the shelf in a Target and Walmart, and then they're just clearancing it out to these places.
hmm Yeah. So I'm looking at the comments. Jedi Mindset says a lot of Power Rangers, Lightning Coalition stuff, and a lot of granted, you get a lot of kid stuff that's in that as well. Um, but and that's actually a more convenient way to shop for your little ones as well, instead of going to like your Targets and your Walmarts to actually pay regular prices for that stuff when you can find almost the same stuff at the at a Ross or an Ollie's. Um, so yeah. So but yeah, stores are squeamish about classifieds and it. Okay. I was in the earlier comment.
And I think too, like, we've all talked about going into Walmart. Like, my Walmart doesn't have shit. You see it in all the groups.
Mhm.
There's zero, nothing on the pegs, nothing anywhere. Transformers, GI Joes, whatever. They all talk about it, and then that one person will post a picture of their Walmart or Target, and it literally fucking has everything. Like, it
They'll have
has
that end
50
cap
of
filled with it
everything,
all.
of all the
Mhm.
brand new stuff, the last 3 waves, and there'll be 50 versions of 50 of different pieces of it and stuff. So I think somehow their distribution gets messed up. Instead of going out to all the Walmarts in one area, they just hit one Walmart.
Well, that
And that
doesn't make sense. You can't do that because why am I going to send the same amount of product to a Walmart that has a surrounding population of 100 people to the same Walmart that has a surrounding population of 10,000 people? It matters into where you're sending your stuff based on store volume, what's selling, what's not selling. So you can't always expect to see the same thing arrive in every store in the same amount of quantities. It just doesn't quite make sense to do that.
Yeah.
I
Why
thought
would
that
I?
was the whole point of those stores, though. Like, if you walk into
No, but
one, you
I
should be able
mean,
to walk into another, and it's the same.
To help
no,
out
but
one,
I'm talking quantities. I'm
yeah.
talking, I'm not sending 50,000 gallons of milk to my Walmart in West Bubblefuck, Utah, where there's 10 people that live there, as opposed to
Shout out to Tyler.
Walmart in Long Island, New York, where there's a million people living.
Right.
It's not going to sell,
I get what you're
and
saying.
that'll go bad. Obviously, the toys aren't going to go bad, but what they do is they take up space,
The
and
shelf
then they
forming
hold
collect
up
dust. Yeah.
stuff for the next line. This is also probably still a backlash over all the crazy shipping delays and everything that happened with COVID. A lot of things getting pushed out to Ross and Ollie's so fast compared to, they weren't on the stores very long, you know. And I mean, I know we sit here and we make fun of people about this stuff, but I mean, if I know for a fact that if I just wait an extra month, instead of me paying $25 for a figure, I could pay 10. I can't blame someone for that. I don't have a Ross, I don't have an Ollie's in New York City, so that's a dead issue. And we have 2 Targets out here by me where people have 30 around them, in
Mhm.
other places, and I'm fighting with 8 million fucking New Yorkers. So I don't expect to, I can't do my Joes that way. Marvel Legends by me, I don't know about you guys, but they're $32 a pop for me in New York. Some places
Mhm.
are, the price isn't the same either in for these toys across the country. So
Yeah.
Yeah, your taxes are pretty high up there too. So
yeah, no, that's not even, well, I mean,
He's telling you
that's
the retail
before I
before the
take it
fact.
to the counter
Mm.
and
Mhm.
then they charge me tax.
Didn't I
Oh
get you something one time here that it was cheaper for me to buy you here and ship it to you than it was for
Might
you
have
to
been,
actually? It was
might have
something
been.
like that. It was cheap. It was either you or my other friend that lives up in New York. It was like it was cheaper for me to buy it here and ship it to him than it was for you to buy it there in the state with all the state taxes and stuff. It
Yeah,
was
when I
crazy.
say
Mhm.
$32.99, I'm literally talking about the sticker price on the box. The scan it into the compute, scan it into the scanner to check the price comes up 32.99, 31.99. Clearance is $25. It'll say clearance, and you scan it, and it's still $25. So that's why I don't count on Target. I don't do my shopping at Target. I don't have an Ollie's. I do have a couple Five Belows that never have anything of worth to me personally. What I buy, I make fun of the whole Ollie shoppers and whatever, but I can't blame them for trying to save a buck. This hobby is expensive, um,
But mine is the
especially
people who actively say it though up front. It's like the I'll wait for the KO people, like those type people. I don't like that. Like if it
No,
happens,
I
it
don't think
happens.
it's. I actually don't think it's the same. Like I
No.
said, I'll wait for the sale if you know you can get it on sale. Um, a lot of us have done the same thing with Black Friday. I need a new
Mhm.
TV. It is. I think I want a new TV. Oh,
Well,
let's wait. Black Friday is in 3 months from now. Let me wait till Black
Mhm.
Friday and
but
see
there's
what goes
something
on
a little
sale.
different with that because in the case of the action figures, the availability of what even gets sent to a store, it's going to fluctuate. There
Yeah,
might be 2 or 3 different possible waves that can show up in, an Ollie's, a Ross, etc. And a TV, you're going to have multiple brands to pick from. Maybe you might have been set on one, but you can get another TV and it's going to be the
yeah,
same thing.
yeah. But
But
the mindset of
yeah,
waiting for the sale to see if you can catch it, I get it.
yeah,
Even Amazon sometimes, you'll see these figures go on sale on Amazon, and
and it's
yeah,
not all of it.
But won't
I mean,
that
I
cause that?
personally,
Sorry, go ahead.
yeah,
Finish.
yeah.
I was gonna say, but won't that thought process in my head? It's creating the backlog. Like we're talking about the stuff going to Ross was to get it out of the wave one out of the way, so wave two can come in. So if everybody just goes, well, we're gonna wait till they go on sale, then they're forcing that to happen, which backs
Right,
up
but
wave two.
do you think collectors in the end really give a shit?
I
They
mean,
want what they want when they get it for as cheap as they can get it.
I want it
Um,
now. I give you the
Now
I'm not
that's
money. I
my
want it
worried.
question.
now.
I'm not worried about. I'm sorry, I'm not worried about other people getting what they want. Not
Mhm.
my your issue's not my problem.
Right.
Yes, I am an asshole like that. It is not my problem. I do not walk into these stores and buy every single figure I see either.
Mhm.
I, if they have what I'm looking for, I buy the one I want. That's it. But I don't sit there and do what other people do and hide things on the shelves. But I'm worried about me.
But it's not like, when Ross or Ollie's
I'm
get
not
their
worried about the
figures.
store. I'm not worried about what they have waiting to come out on the shelves. That's not my problem.
Yeah.
Figure it out. That's their problem. Figure it out.
Right. But it's not like people are, purposely waiting on Ross and Ollie's to get,
They are
certain
though. They
figures.
They
are.
are
But look at
literally waiting for it.
no, but look at what they actually get. Like I'm gonna use I'm gonna use Joe Classifieds for example. Um, they get a lot of the Tiger Force. They get a lot of the Tiger Force figures.
The twins were
The
loaded up, and they're like,
twins
It
wait,
was it was
depends. From being in those Joe groups, it just seems like it depends where you're from and what's around you. Like
yep,
I've seen, I know people are finding, they were finding the Viper 3 pack,
trouble
Croc
bubbles.
Masters
Mhm.
and Snake Eyes and Mutton Junkyards, and they're finding all these non-exclusive figures in these stores. Yeah, it might be hit or miss, and there's so many of them, it might seem like it's more than it really is. But there are people who are like, yeah, I'm gonna wait.
I like Eric's comment. He said, "I'll never wait for clearance for figs. I want figs. I want. If I'm army building, no, the one before that. If he's army building, I may try to wait and that's when he's right because that's when army building comes in and that's the best time to do it.
yeah.
So are you waiting? So you get your first set at retail at regular retail. So are you taking a chance and waiting to see if an Ollie's or a Ross or a store such as that will get that figure before you start, buying more of those figures, or are you just going to just take the chance and get it retail? A lot of people don't really think about it that way, but there are some that will actually sit there and go, you know what? Let me see if Ross is going to get it, and then I'll get it then. Or and here's another thing that happens. I don't know if y'all notice with when BBTS has their daily deals, they'll have some of their overstock and they'll put it in the daily deals and they'll
Mhm.
knock off a couple of bucks. Like right now, they had that roadblock, the first roadblock. It got reduced from 25 to down to 18.
The one with the green vest and the sci-fi gun.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That at one point in time, I think that was popping at Ollie's.
Hmm. Oh, it was?
I
Okay, so I
think
missed it
so.
on that
I
run.
think
'Cause-
the very first roadblock EE. Am I wrong on that?
I don't, like I told you, I am not the expert on what is being purchased in Ollie's because I don't have an Ollie's
Gotcha.
or Ross.
Yeah.
So I don't. It's just nothing I even think of. I can just go by what I see people posting in the groups, you know, and how often people are finding figures in the groups and posting them in the groups.
I think we
Yeah.
have one Ross and Ollie here in my town, but my neighbor, he buys them all for his custom fodder and dyeing and all.
Yeah, and why not?
That's
That
smart
makes
to me.
sense.
That's smart.
Right.
You know, when that not the crimson bat, when the black and yellow bat went on Amazon for was it 12, $13,
Mhm.
people started stocking up on that thing.
Okay.
I don't
That's how I got-
particularly
that's
army
how my
build,
first bat.
so I
Yeah.
don't. Again, it's not something I do. I don't army build. Buy one
Not
of
even
each, and that's it.
Not even Vipers or not even
Nope.
Cobra figures?
He's got like
One
one
of
of each.
One of
Yeah.
each. One of everyone that's made, and that's it.
I
Okay.
got 2 of every one of the bats, I think, except for the first one, which is the one where I got like 4 or 5 of them. But that was when Dormammu posted that link, and they were like, "What was it? $5-10 on freaking
It
Amazon?"
wasn't. No, it was like $10-12.
It was some crazy crap like that, and I just like, screw it, I'm buying them.
Maybe 14.
Man, I bought like
tops, I
4 of
think.
them like right then. But other than that, I have 2, and I don't even have the Python. Like, I don't have the Python bat or whatever that crap was. Like, I don't buy all that stuff, Tiger Force and none of that stuff. I don't buy any of that. But I got 2 of. That's always when I army build. It's squads of 3, so I have 2 bats with like a Viper leading them. So that's a squad to me. And then the same thing with like the Cobra Troopers. It's 1 officer, 2 troopers. You know, so I don't ever go crazy with army builds. And even now, dude, run out these bookshelves already. And then somebody downloaded me with some crap ton of legends, so now I got even less bookshelf space.
I mean, that's also another thing about these things going on sale. You know, people do that. You know, like Jonathan said, they'll buy them and throw them up on the table at the local store, at the local shop, at the local toy show. And again, in the end, I don't blame them. Like I don't. I've never had an issue with trying to use the hobby to make money. I've never had an issue with people who do that. My only complaint has always just been when it's the bots on the internet. You know, I've never been mad. I've never been mad at the guy who gets up at 5 o'clock in the morning and hits 10 targets in the morning. You know what?
If you clear
Bless
the
you.
shelves,
I ain't got the patience for that. Good for you.
No,
You know,
if he's
people like
clearing the
Dom,
shelves,
who likes
no.
to do the toy hunts and hit, has routes mapped out where they'll know they can hit like 10 different targets. God bless you. It is not for me. I do not have the patience for all that.
I have a problem with the shelf clearing versions of that. I don't mind somebody going in there and taking a few because they're going to flip them or whatever, but you always leave one for the next, at least one for the next guy. Because if not, you're creating a false bubble that forces them to have to go on the internet and pay triple the price for stuff, which is not cool.
Well,
that's not cool to me.
You know, my answer to that will always be pre-order it and you ain't got to fucking worry about it.
Well, that's different.
Well,
The game is changing now.
That's your own fault then.
Why? I'm at work. It happens. I can't be on my phone.
Hey, I understand, but you know what? For one, I'm gonna tell you why. One, we have a community here. Hey,
new. That's a newer thing.
But you have a community here. Hey, E. Hey, Ricky. Hey, Gord. Hey, whoever. I'm gonna be at work. I'm probably not gonna be able to jump on. Can you grab me one? Yeah, no problem.
1000%. That's what I do now. But 3 years ago, I didn't have y'all to do that with.
Well, that's not my fault. You didn't find us sooner.
Yeah, we're gonna get into talk. We're gonna touch on that later.
Kinda.
But yeah, I keep wanting to call you Dante. Esteban says that at TFCon LA, all the booths had Ross purchases at full retail price or more. But that's the whole point. That's the whole point. But we as collectors, we know that, but there's a lot of people that don't know that, and they be like, "Oh, now I can get it," and then they'll pay that price for it. It's the lack of information that they don't have, in which they get caught in that. They get
It's
caught
also
doing
not.
that.
I'm sorry, Gord. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, in some cases, if somebody's going in and they swoop up all the stuff in Ollie's, it's no longer available at that price in those areas. And
Mhm.
certainly in a place like LA, like the whole surrounding area, it might be all cleaned out, all these scalper types, and now you will be paying those prices. It'll be unfortunate you didn't know it was at the clearance price, but then it just becomes, it is what it is.
But that's not my problem. Isn't that mine? Is the problem the release to Target? The release that was one of the reasons why I got out of GI Joe to begin with. Was when all that Cobra Island shit was going on, and I got one Target in
Wait.
my area.
You're out?
I was.
No,
Thanks for
Oh,
having
a
paid
while ago.
attention for all the years I've talked to you about my GI Joe.
No. I heard you say that's the reason why I'm
Man,
out. And
no, I got out.
you said was
I
out.
got out.
Yeah.
I was in from the beginning, all the way up
Mhm.
until the Crimson Cobra Commander was on pre-order. I got tired of fighting through all that Cobra Island shit. One Target, one dude going in there buying it all up, flipping it right. Like, wouldn't even put it on the internet. There is a toy shop here in town, and him and his wife would walk in there, buy everything on the fucking shelf, and it'd be double the price right at their store 10 minutes later. Like, I got tired of that shit. I sold everything. I got out. Done.
Joe, I took you for more of a gerbil guy.
But what got me back in is what he was talking about, the pre-ordering, how they're doing the stuff and how they're releasing the stuff has changed since GI Joe line first started.
Yeah.
You couldn't get Walmart or Target stuff on Pulse when it first started. You could only get it through Walmart or Target. Now they're giving Pulse members the option to get it on Pulse or Walmart or Target. So they're giving me the option to get stuff. I'm back in. I'm buying stuff. I got 2 bookshelves full of Joes now because they've changed it and made it available for me to get my hands on, like without having to sell a kidney for. Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean that's a conversation for another day. But yeah, they did. They identified the problem and they fixed it. Same thing.
Yeah.
I was out after a while in the beginning because I couldn't find figures. If I waited for Target to do my Joe collection, with all the Joes I've seen, I might have 15 in all these years that they've been doing it. 15 different Joes, and most of them would have been Tiger Force and Python Patrol, whatever the fuck it is. So I don't see them in my store Targets often, and I don't have the option again of doing the Ollies and the Ross by me. So, but I ain't mad at them for it, making money. Look, I've been to an NJCC where NECA showed up. They used to show up and they have these with an entire room full of hard to find stuff, old stuff that they're selling for dirt cheap, and these vendors literally will buy the whole room before anybody gets in there.
So how do you feel about what Jedi Mindset just said? What about the people at Target that work there and they're buying it before, they're hiding it before it even hits the shelves, buying it after their shift is done?
Hell, any
created that
retail
bubble.
shop.
Let me ask you a question. Here's my question.
Mhm.
Getting up at 5 o'clock ain't gonna help you.
I work at Target, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! There's a PS5 just came in right now. It's going for $1,500, and I have the option to be able to hide this for myself for later, or hide it for my boy to come in. Who wouldn't do that? I would. I would. And everybody's saying, full of shit. Or you're hiding it so your boy can come and buy it at the regular price. Like, let's just stop. Let's all just stop.
Hiding it to
We're
sell to my
not
friend at
returning. We're
retail
not going
is
to
not
find
the same.
$10,000 on the street and return it to the fucking. Turn it into the fucking police department. I found 10 grand. No, fuck that. I found 10 grand. I'm going to fucking Vegas. Let's go. We all know we're all the same way. If you have a chance to make a buck, you're going to make a buck. Look, Derek, if Derek went into his collection right now and saw something that was worth like $20,000, oh, who wants it? Let's just. It is what it is.
Yep.
Hey,
I mean,
look.
you're not wrong.
It's made me think I should go work at Target too, just to make a couple extra bucks sometimes.
Well, you're not
I get
wrong,
it.
but at the same
Perk's a
time,
job.
yeah, it's a job, and if ethics is involved, if you're worried about ethics and everything, and it seems like Ricky, that's what you're worried about, then
It's
yeah,
because it's a snake eating itself. He's talking about the guy saying, "Hey, these PlayStations are selling $1,500. Of course, I'm gonna stash one back. It's only selling $1,500 because you're fucking stashing it back and creating a bubble where they're not available. So it's not like they're worth $1,500 just magically. You made that happen by hiding it and stealing the thing out.
It's called capitalism. I made money. I did what I had to do to make money.
Okay, well, hold on.
It's the
how
same
are you
person
making
who
money on a lookout most times, you're not making money on a lookout.
What do you mean on lookout?
Like if you're holding it back for them
Well,
to
that's
come in and
different. It's like,
buy.
but either way, you're taking advantage. You're using your position of where you work to either benefit you or benefit someone close to you, right? So look, I would not sit there and tell Gort, "Hey, I could get you a PS5, $1,500." No, I wouldn't do that. But if I didn't have anybody looking for one and I knew they were going for $1,500 on eBay, that shit's gonna go right on eBay. And I might not volunteer that I can get them. It might have to be, "Hey, E, can you get one?" Yeah, I could get one. But if I could get one and I'm not telling nobody, unless I know you're really looking for one, yeah, I'm gonna make my money. Look, I'm sorry, but one, I am not rich. Two, this hobby's fucking expensive.
Yeah,
Shit.
it's not getting any cheaper.
$1,500 is half a cruise right there alone. Paid for me and my family go on vacation that year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a shit about customer X, Y, and Z that I don't know who weren't able to get one. Wait your turn, because you know what? Eventually, you will find it, because they all do. They keep re-releasing and re-releasing and re-releasing. Yeah, as far as the toys go, we've seen them do it pretty consistently now over the last few years. With G.I. Joe and Classified, you couldn't get a vamp the first time, you couldn't get a vamp the second time, but they put that vamp up several times. Serpentor, Mindbender.
Yeah.
You weren't able to get it on the first time. Well, guess what? Stop being cheap. Buy a Pulse membership.
Right.
It does help. I'm sorry, it does help. It gives you that first shot at getting it.
Hey,
It does help.
Pulse
I have
membership
not
got
ever
people.
missed a pre-order for Hasbro.
Mm-hmm.
With
That's
this
what I'm saying. That's how they got their
Shoes,
Unicron.
all that stuff.
That's how people got the Unicron when it
Well,
came
like
out again.
two of them.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
I was like, oh fuck, it sold out in 2 minutes. But you know what?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He said he just watched a training video that said everything you said was bad.
Oh, I'm not telling you it's not wrong. I am not telling you that you're not taking advantage and doing something that your company can possibly fire you for. But you know what? Also, when you're making $8 an hour and you have an opportunity to make $3,000 by selling 2 PlayStations, you know what? You can go fuck your job. I just made more now than I will in the next fucking 4 or 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing.
But see, now I'm back to what Ricky was saying. That whole thing. Well, because I'm thinking about it on a and that you can lose your job, you can potentially lose your job and lose your livelihood for doing stuff like that. And we all know that that's the case. If you can do it without getting caught or anything like that. Not that I'm trying to encourage people to do it without getting caught, but at the same time, it's the principle of the whole matter. I get it. Yeah, I get it. But
it's a personal decision. If you want to take the risk, if you know what you're doing, I mean, personally, like if you want to take the risk, go for it. It ain't my problem. It ain't my business.
If management is not doing their job and making sure that that's not happening in the background, then whose fault is it really?
I'm laughing. I'm laughing. I could tell you fucking stories about me in my youth working in retail and things I've seen. Whether management is trying their ass or not, people will find a way. People will find a way. And look, it's technically not stealing if I'm putting it on the side and someone's buying it later. It's not stealing. It's frowned upon and you're not supposed to do it. We know that. But hey, your business, not my problem. And if I was in their position, I'd do the same damn fucking thing.
Mine is just more the putting it in the universe. Like it has nothing to do with ethics. I don't judge those that do it. Like he just admitted he do all this stuff. I'm still friends with him. He's still coming to my house and eat dinner.
Fuck the universe. What universe put out for me?
I can tell you right now, me personally, I have
universe puts PlayStations in front of you for you to go sell them.
Exactly. The universe did this for me. You put it here for me. If you didn't want me to do it, don't put it in front of me.
Well, I know I've gotten plenty of deals over the years and hookups and stuff from random people because I believe in putting the positivity out there. It circles back. That's just how I am. That's how I think about it. So it's not so much an ethical thing; it's more of a you get what you put in type thing for me. And
Sure.
it's not anything negative. Again, EE just admitted he would do all this stuff. And I still love that dude. Him and his family could still come sit at my dining room table and eat dinner. I got nothing against him for it. It's just how I am. You know what I mean?
Awful.
Entrepreneurial excellence.
All right. So what y'all looking for? What are y'all looking forward to on the next Ross Ollie's run? Just
Nothing.
Again, nothing because I don't have a Ross Ollie by me.
No,
And
I mean,
nothing
you
because I pre-ordered.
Going back to if you had somebody looking out for you, if somebody was to look out for you for Ollie's on their Ollie's and Ross,
I just hit up my scalper friend EE and just get whatever he can find.
Again, I've said it before. Hey, if anyone ever saw another Viper 3-pack for $15
yeah,
I'd grab.
I got
my
one.
way.
What was it? Tyler found me that one out there and
Yeah,
freaking BFE where he's
send it
at.
my way. And look, I know I talk about all this shit about entrepreneurial shit, but anybody who has ever purchased something from me personally,
Absolutely,
I've never
1,000%.
done that to you guys.
1,000%. And you admitted that while you were talking. You're like, if it was a friend or something, you're not going to do it the same way as you treat Joe Blow on the street. I'm not taking that from you. Not trying to add that on to you.
I still
Absolutely.
got your chuckles
Yes.
for you, Derek.
Yep.
That I got to get to.
Yeah.
We're all going to sign it with our. You don't want to know before you get it when we all hang out.
I don't want it anymore now. So, yeah, I don't want it anymore.
Wear your gloves when you open it. Wear your white fancy Voltron gloves when you open it.
I'm gonna wear latex gloves. Yeah.
Dump bleach on the box before you touch it.
Right. Yeah. But yeah,
don't get twisted. Sorry, Derek, real quick. I don't want people to get it twisted because I will fuck with EE and talk with him and shit. But I don't want to get it twisted. I don't want people to take that as a negative on EE. He's talking realistically in the world to total strangers.
Oh, I don't give a fuck if people want to judge me for this or not.
Judge him for being a Mets fan. Don't judge him for
I got no problem with it. Look, if I have an opportunity to make some money, I'm gonna make some money.
He's a closeted LeBron fan.
That's why I ain't mad at people.
Judge him for that. Judge him for
actually,
all that.
Last time I was at Ollie's, there was a bunch of the Dungeons and Dragon figures. Are y'all into those?
No.
Not at all.
So y'all went into that line at all.
They're all sitting in Ollie's.
Yeah, I have one.
Nobody's into it.
Who sent me that? Was that
Bobby?
Like somebody
$7 a piece or something like that.
Oh, they got the dude with the big tentacles in the eyes. Mm-hmm. That big eye tentacle. What's his name? That one. I'll send you a picture of it. That one I'd take.
Dormammu?
No.
The big-eyed tentacle monster? The only one I got is
it's a beholder.
The beholder.
But he has an actual name.
Yeah, it starts with a Z or something, doesn't it? Like Zanzibu or something.
About Dungeons and Dragons?
Yes. The big.
No, I was talking about from it was the line from the cartoon.
Those. Well,
yeah.
Oh, I have.
They had a lot of those at Ollie's when I was last there.
I have that little caveman guy, that Bobby, the blonde-haired kid.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that and the unicorn. They had. They had the sister, the acrobat with the bow staff. The dude. Eric with the arrow. Yeah, they had him.
G Money sent me that.
Like,
I think with that Batmobile when I got it from him, he just dropped it in there. It was just randomly into bubble wrap. I'm like, what the fuck is this? He's like, your problem now.
Oh wow, there you go. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's stuff like that I look out for, and I'll hit everybody up in certain chat groups, and everybody be like, hey, anybody look for this? And then like,
they'll
either say yes or no. So yeah, and I'm not sticking around the store waiting for you to make a decision either, because
that's a lie.
I'm in there trying to be in and out, and then I'm out. I did that one time, and an hour later, somebody hit me up. Yo, can you give me one else? Dude, I'm gone. That was an hour ago, dude. You just hit me up now. No,
but if your name is Rick and you said that, he'd be like, "Oh man, I already left, but I'll circle back in an hour." No,
like, some people, it was Ricky.
Some I'd be like, dude, that was 2 hours ago.
Right away.
Look, I add on the extra hour just because it was. So yeah, but no, if I'm still in the area where I'm like walking around still doing all this stuff, yeah, I'll walk back in there. Because actually the Ollie's that I go to, they got a sub shop. And his name you ever heard of Jerry Subs?
Yes.
No.
Jerry Subs and Pizza.
Jersey
so
Mike's, Jerry
there's a
Subs.
chain. They Jerry Subs, they actually it's a chain restaurant. It's a chain restaurant. Not a chain, but what do they call it when the it's a franchise restaurant now. So the guy bought it out, but he named it to Jay's Subs and Pizza, and the subs there are actually way better than Jerry's because the way they cook their bacon, they don't cook their bacon and sit it on the side. They'll cook it right there and then make it with your sandwich. Yeah, it's delightful. So
This is what I'm talking
what
about.
one?
If you see it at an Ollie's or a Ross, it's your boy. I mean, right now it's actually on Pulse for $20 over,
Why do you
and
want
less than
that?
half price. But
Why do you want that?
Looks like a Rocky Mountain oyster with tentacles.
Yeah, I'm judging. Why do you want that?
He likes
What is
D&D.
it? Well, what is it?
It's a beholder from D&D.
Oh,
Do-
okay,
do-
okay. Yeah,
Do you even
why do you
D&D,
buy
bro?
Chug?
I don't buy Chug.
Okay,
I
but
really
the
don't.
rest of this story is I
Okay,
went right back
okay,
to the
just maybe
store.
a couple of Chug figures, but you know, because it's
Oh, wait,
either
wait,
my
wait. Let's go
favorite
back to
character.
that comment.
I will go to Chug if it's my favorite, like a blaster. Y'all know me. If I see no matter what blaster, no matter who comes out with a blaster, I'm buying that blaster. I'm absolutely getting it.
All right, huh? I
So
want
that's why I would get it. So
pull this
is that
up.
the reason for you?
One time, Gort at a store hit me up. I responded to him 1 minute later, pick it up for me, and he still left the store without it.
That sounds right.
This
By the time you hit him up,
Uh,
he's like, I got
So
too much
wait,
stuff
wait,
in the
wait,
basket.
listen,
I'm not going for that.
Well, hold on,
So
Gort,
100% it
Gort.
happened exactly like he says. And the first thing I told him is like, oh, I'm sorry, I fucked up and just didn't see it. I'll go back tomorrow. And I was like, no, I'll go back now because I didn't like that I didn't get it right away. I saw how quickly he responded and I just didn't see it. So I did go back and got it for him right away.
Okay. Well, there you go. Brian.
Nah, sorry, that's 3 hours back now. I'm not going back.
Yeah. But no, like I said, if I'm in the area, I'll go back in there and get it for you, and then cash out me, PayPal. Y'all know how it works. So yeah, you just do it that way.
1%.
Don't forget that 1%. God damn it, you beat me. I knew that was coming. Don't forget that 1%.
I don't even care about that. It's
We
just
call
like,
that the
all right,
Dom
I
charge.
drop it in the mail for you. Yeah.
That's the Tom charge.
Yeah.
That's the Dom charge.
Wait, what?
That's the Dom charge
Tyler-
at 1%.
Dom
Tyler,
charge?
Taylor,
It's a
you
whole
had to
long
be there.
story.
If you know, you know.
Okay. Cool. All right. So we've been talking about how we
love
do the
Brink.
group thing, and we look out for one another, and making sure that everyone is taken care of, which leads us into our next topic. Let's talk about tribalism. Okay.
So, are you insinuating that the Realm of Collectors is a tribe now?
No, we're a gang. Get it right.
We're a gang. Thank you very much. Get it right.
Yeah, I don't know if you wanted to lead in that way, Derek.
I'm still trying to figure out how to twist my fingers into an R. So
Oh no, I'm gonna get us all. in trouble.
Oh my god.
Look. That's close, right? Yeah. Anyway,
Look, they
Right.
used to do it for Rough Riders. How they do that? Like DMX used to do the double R.
yeah.
It was something like
Something
Anyway.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We're gonna get into a fight with people in different colors and stuff in a minute.
Let's talk. Let's get into tribalism. No, the realm is not a gang. We're a
We've been
force.
called a toy
You
game, though.
you say that
We
now,
refer
but
to
walk
them
on the
as
wrong
gang.
side of the street by us.
Dude.
But
When
anyway,
When I first even heard about the realm, all I saw was, I saw who I saw, and I was like, nah, nah. One of these dudes is carrying, and I'm gonna get shot. I'm gonna be guilty by association with one of these dudes, and I'm like, nah. Let me go back over here in my lane and see and just watch out from a distance.
Let's just
So-
keep it 100, Derek.
Okay.
You personally have an on-site on an unnamed European gentleman who had the balls to wear a tarn shirt on a live stream.
Oh, we still
And we
talking
know
about,
when
why are we
your
still
hands
talking
get to
about this.
flying, we got your back because gang.
how are we still talking about this? You
That
know,
shit's the
I
funniest
love
thing
that
I've ever
guy.
heard
You
in
know,
my life.
it's because I love that guy is why I didn't like what he did. Man, we're not talking about that. Okay, let's stay on topic. Stay on topic. Where's the graphic? Anyway, so let's get into that. What is your what do you consider tribalism when it comes to the community that we're in, right? Thank you, EE. What do you consider tribalism when it comes to our community? Let's
Fuck
talk
your
about that for
topic.
a second. Huh?
Fuck
Uh,
your topic.
so I'm gonna go right into it. People already know the ramen toy
Mm,
fans.
let's do it.
Um,
Let's do it.
here's my problem, especially right now with that particular fandom.
Mm-hmm.
I am a fan of Hasbro. I am a fan of Magic Square, New Age, multiple companies, right? I buy from multiple companies, right? By no means do I think any one of these companies is perfect. By no means do I think these companies can't be predatory sometimes. But again, I guess it's my capitalist nature. I get it. You know, they're not in the business to give a shit. They're in the business to make money. So it is what it is, right? We choose or we choose not to deal with them. That is on you. Neither none of these companies are perfect. I will. And if you put out something that's bad, if you do something that's, uh, I would say, not real customer friendly, I'll call you out on it. I don't care what company you're working for, right? Right now, it seems these people with ramen, the man can do no wrong. Um, he's doing God's work, according to other people.
Yeah.
Um, they all have to have their own special set of knee pads right now, for as much as they're on their knees for that man. And he's done. What has he done? Like that's my thing. Like I don't understand what
Not
they've
a
done
damn thing.
to
He's,
make
He ain't
people
done
feel
nothing.
this way. Besides,
I don't know.
try to stick it to the big bad Hasbro.
But what is there before you
That's
go
all
past it?
he's done.
Before you
He
go
had
past
issues
it,
with the Centurions. He had
that
issues with his Silverhawks.
Mhm.
that
Um,
he had issues with that fucking red card, the gold wing thing. That
you
so
No,
there's
got
there were
three
no
things.
issues with that. Oh,
Yes, there
so
was.
it.
there was
Just
a
feels cheap. From what I heard, it just doesn't
there was
feel.
an
It feels a
IP
little cheap.
issue with that. There wasn't a
No, we're not talking about that. We're
I
talking
have
about
it.
people. I know. So you had one. So everyone's in the world is fucking perfect. I'm telling you, I
No,
saw
no, I'm
people
not saying
complaining.
that.
The missile
I'm not
things weren't
saying
working
that.
right. The things didn't pop up correctly on the back end of it. It had QC issues. The Centurion
But
QC issues. Silverhawk QC issues. The
not
only
not
three
to
things.
defend ramen, right? But across a line, right? You put out over. Let's say you put out how many gold wings you have. Some are bound to have some QC
Mm-hmm.
issues. Some aren't, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hasbro the same way. Like I
Mm-hmm.
got my Stalker stands fine. So I got people
Mm-hmm.
saying their Stalker can't stand, right?
Absolutely.
Um, but like when you go to the Centurions, that problem was the entire line.
Mm-hmm.
The Silverhawk where he had to send the instructions to how to glue the head or whatever was back. That was the
Before you
entire
even got
fucking line. That
before
was
he even got
everyone.
the
That was every single
figure
one
out.
made.
Before you even got the figure, he had how to fix your figure fucking
He
pictures out on
just
his
did
page.
another one of those about how to fix something before it
The
comes
shark,
out.
the great white shark.
Um, he sat there on his live stream on Monday and said that people who bought the Phantom, whatever it was called, is being put on the back burner because there weren't that many of them sold, but
What is this thing?
people pay for this already.
Hmm.
So you literally just told them, yeah, we're pushing it back. Go fuck yourselves again.
Like,
Because he charges up
yeah,
front.
give me
He
my
And
money
this is
back.
where I
charges.
talk about this is
He
tribalism,
charges as soon as he
the the,
orders.
the, the defending of the brand that you're a fan of, no matter how many times they stick it to you, it's mind-boggling. Then I see that I see people making up to fake stuff.
Mhm.
Well, the Rama race has been delayed several times already. That's fine. I get it. Look, we all waited a very long time for that his tank. That was delayed. The Thundercat. All companies have delays. I'm not going to knock him on delays. Um, but it's the fans who are like, well, it's been 18 months since the Dragonfly. Bruh, can you count?
It ain't been that long.
It hasn't even been a year. It's that crazy fanatic that you just can't do no wrong, and you're fighting with everybody who has, a criticism about it.
To the extreme.
That's that tribalism, and you have them
Extreme.
in everywhere. You have your defenders, you have your McFarlane ones.
Brandon looking at you.
Toys.
You're
Yeah, them too.
that's look. In the end, they ain't trying to do us no favors. Not Ramen, not Hasbro, not Super 7.
They're here
They
to
are
make
in
money.
this to make money, and go fuck yourselves.
Right.
That's They don't care. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. They care about their bottom line. They care about the investors. I get it. It's a business. It is a business. It's not a charity.
But there are
It just-
different. But there's talking about ramen is kind of the same thing with Vala, and it's a symptom of my issue with McFarlane. Is if these are the faces that you're going to present as the face of your company, they have to be able to talk. They have to be able to explain stuff, and they have to be able to take the heat, because if they come off as dickheads, or if they come off as people who act like they know what they're talking about, but when somebody, shout out to my dude Scott M in the chat, went directly at Ace with very intellectually sound and knowledgeable questions because of the business that Scott has done before, he was able to talk to Ace like a businessman to a businessman instead of a toy collector to a toy maker. And Ace's response to that was to blow it off and make some bullshit ass where he wouldn't even mention Scott. Side of the mouth. Oh, well, if you've done this for 20 years, go fuck
Well,
yourself.
that's actually not 100% true. During the live stream, Ace was actually very interactive with Scott during his comments and highlighting his comments during the live stream. I will give him that. He didn't ignore
No,
Ace. He
I
ignored
sent
my
him the link for
I
it.
comments.
didn't see Scott's comments getting highlighted. I saw people talking shit. To
No,
Scott's
no, no. He
comments
was
getting
talking with
highlighted.
Scott. And then obviously he posted what he posted afterwards. But I don't want to make this all about ramen tonight. It's just the most recent issue. Um, and I know you said McFarlane, but I don't. I know you personally have an issue with McFarlane.
Mhm.
Um,
How he
I
does
don't.
business.
I
You have the
don't.
same. It's part of the
I
same
don't
symptoms,
roll
dude.
him into the same category
I didn't say this is the
as
same. I said it's the same symptoms. Different
as the way
disease, same
Ace
symptoms.
behaves on online and telling his people to go fuck themselves.
That's true. He
Um,
doesn't tell you go
he
fuck
doesn't
yourself.
he doesn't
He
act like
tells you,
that.
you know,
He's
he says this is
look.
exactly
McFarlane's very
what you
sure of
want.
himself, and he's very a cocky bat. But he's not poking other companies and talking shit about other companies and making fun of people getting laid off and other.
Yeah,
He's
that's
not
fucked
doing
up.
that. He's not doing that.
I'm not saying he's the
He's a bit
same.
of he's a weird
He's a
individual.
tool.
He'd
He's a
probably
tool.
he's probably very fun to hang out with, though. I'll tell you right now.
Probably. I would tell you,
Look,
Ace and Vala might
But
be cool to
let's
hang
get
out
back
with.
on track here. Let's get back on track
Jonathan's
here.
comment. He says you have two tribe of collectors: those that are open-minded and those that are closed-minded. Can't you can't mess with closed-minded individuals, and which is true. And that's what we describe as that's what we're calling ramen toy tribes, because that's what they are. They
It's
make
not just
any
ramen.
excuse, but it's like the angry dad of the house, and Ace is the angry dad in the house. You're
My
trying
dad.
to appease his ego in order for him to be able to move on and be able to get done what you want done. And I think that's really what it is for that group, because they're trying to agree with Ace and try to, appease his ego so he can move forward and stay focused. While at the other end, you got people that are mad as shit about stuff that's not getting done or not being produced in a well timed in a timely manner when it comes to their product and everything. So he's taking too much time doing this whole appearances in social media, spending too much time talking to people. It's like he's not getting anything done in the background as a result of that. Nor is it people that's
Well,
working with him.
again, last thing I want to do is defend ramen toys. They are a very small company. It's going to take them a lot longer to get things done than it is someone like Hasbro to get something out to market. I get it.
Mhm.
You know, we've all experienced the delays with Hasbro itself. Our HISS tank took a lot longer than expected. Who knows with the Dragonfly? They've done it multiple times.
Well,
I'll
his
give him
thing was
that.
worth
Now,
it
the
though.
other stuff that him and Scott were talking about, I don't know. I don't know if it's true or not. It sounds weird that he's only getting 600 of his items of those ROM erasers and not the full production. Whatever. I didn't put money on it, so it's not my problem. But I also don't want to make this entire conversation just about. I think we're getting off
What do you
topic
think
here,
about
where we're
Eric's
talking
comment?
about ramen, and we need to when we really want to talk about the fandoms of these companies, and
Well,
that's
I
really
was
what I
trying to
want to
get to
talk
the
about.
Okay,
fandoms of like the McFarlanes and the Valas, but
Hmm.
it went back to ramen because it
and
is. It's very
let's do
similar.
that. Let's talk about Valor for a second. So I'm going to go to Eric's comment. He says, "Say what you want about Bobby Valor. He delivers the goods." What do y'all think about that?
Who
So,
said that?
Eric is saying it.
from to
I
my
need you to
knowledge,
mute
right?
that motherfucker. Mute him.
To my knowledge, right? Bobby Vala's products are actually not he's not making a bad product at all.
True.
So kudos to him. He's putting out product. He's been pretty consistent doing what he's doing. I think his Vanguard is a great price for a vehicle of that size.
For a monomobile.
It's not for me because it just doesn't feel. I don't feel like it fits GI Joe too well. But I saw it in person at ZoloCon earlier this year. It looks good. It does. And I have no interest in Action Force. Never did. But I have an issue with the way Bobby behaves online.
Mm.
But I don't have an issue, and I haven't heard too many problems with his actual figures themselves. So,
And his weapons
but
are top
again,
shelf.
it's
I buy his weapons.
exactly. I know I hear a lot of people buy his weapons.
Mhm.
Hmm.
But it's the same thing. His fandom, they're and it's not just it's Hasbro too. Hasbro has the Hasbros.
But
You
Mhm.
know
Hasbro
that
don't have anybody online, spewing venom at their, at
No,
their.
because they're a bigger company and they know
Hmm.
better. They've been around
Hmm.
for 100 years. They know how to. They understand this. These smaller companies are doing everything they can to get their foot in the door and get their name out there. And sometimes it takes, what is it? Even bad publicity is good publicity. Is the saying?
Hmm.
Whatever. But again, back to the fandoms, it's not just it's not just ramens, it's not just Valor versus, it's not just Hasbro's. You
What's
have the fans boys, and we see them all over the place. You see the
Mhm.
argument between the Magic Square collectors and the New Age collectors, and the main line. You have your Takara purists who hate third party, and you have your third party fans who want to shit on Takara nonstop.
Mhm.
It's tribalism is very toxic, especially on Facebook,
Mhm.
especially on social media, which is where
It's
you mostly
especially
deal with it anyway.
the internet gives people the nerve to talk and act how they wouldn't have talked person to person.
Oh,
Like
keyboard. We call those keyboard warriors.
keyboard warriors. Like people like that in real life, people wouldn't talk shit to Ace or Bobby Vala. And when I say that, I'm saying in general because I would. I'd look them right in the face and both tell them to suck my ass. I don't care, but that's a rare breed. The bigger part of the populace, all these people sucking their ass and talking about how great they are, they're not going to act the same way in public. They're not going to, those people that go on there and say, hey, fuck that EE guy talking about Ramen or Bobby. His stuff's great, and fuck you, EE. They would never in their lives walk up to EE at a con and say, fuck you for saying that about these companies. They would never, ever, never, never, never. The
Mhm.
anonymity of the internet lets people act and talk all kinds of fucked up ways. And it also gives voice to shit that nobody cares about. I don't care
Mhm.
if you like ramen. I don't care if you like Vala. Hell, I don't care if you like fucking Batman. I
Yeah.
do. Go fuck yourself. You know what I mean? Because it's my opinion about my stuff. I don't care. You,
I
you,
actually respect people that make these comments online, and they display their real name.
mhm.
That's the other thing. They go by these pseudo names, and you don't know who they really are. So it gives them the courage to be able to talk that way, all reckless and dangerous and whatnot. But you don't know that person when you see them in person. Just to your point.
But I know what
So
your face
yeah.
looks like. I know what your voice sounds like. I'm gonna see you or hear you in public, and we'll, oh, hey,
No, I'm talking about these. I'm talking about the
yeah,
keyboard
I know,
warriors.
I
Yeah,
know.
you know.
See, but
So
they
yeah,
don't act. They don't act the same way. This tribalism it's so fake and it's so generic. And I really think a lot of these people, and again, not to keep going back to them, it's been a big one this week. It's one that we've talked about a lot. It's he puts himself in that forefront. But like with Ace, those people that go on there and massively defend his stuff, the 3-4 things that he's had out have all had massive QC issues. So it's not like he's had 4 or 5 home runs and then a couple were issues. It was the only things he's put out has had QC issues. So, but they will get on there and defend him. And I swear to me, when I watch that happen, I'm like, are you thinking that if you're really nice and you defend him, he's going to send you free shit? Is that what you're trying to get here? Are you trying to slide in on the back door and get something free out of him? Are you trying to be on his podcast with him? Like, why are you actually talking this way? Because even if you, let's say Derek, you got the Centurions, you got the Silverhawks, and you got the Gold Wing, and hell, for some reason, you got one of the Great Whites that nobody else has yet, and all yours are perfect. That doesn't stop you from using your eyeballs in these groups and seeing people posting all these posts about their shit falling apart, their shit not working, the paint on this is broken, that is broken.
It doesn't happen. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen at all. You know, because I'm only in, and for the record, as far as ramen toys is concerned, I'm only in on that mask line.
I've already flat out said if he came out Exo Squad, I'm in it tomorrow. I don't give a fuck. I will talk all this shit about him. And guess what? While I buy his Exo Squad shit, I'm still gonna fucking talk shit about
him.
Now
I'm gonna preface that to say, I'm in it until it starts degrading to, you know, being low quality, and it's not the quality that it began with anymore. That's when I stop. I'm like, okay, I don't care how much more you're going into it. It's not worth the dollar that I'm putting into it at this point. So I'm out.
See,
I
and
like
we can
what
be
you
positive
did before, but
and we could talk a positive. Super 7. I love that dude, Brian. Great personality, very open, very wide open with answers, doesn't talk too much bullshit, doesn't really beat around the bush. He might not tell you his company's personal business, but he will answer your question to the best of his capabilities. And let me tell you, I'm out on Super 7 just because I think their quality has dropped below the line of what I'm willing to pay for the prices they ask. Not because they're bad, not because they haven't had some issues. They've had some home runs and they've had some issues. It happens every company. We've already said that about all of them. But
I don't like the animated line.
The quality I know Wolfie, when he watches this, he's all in on those fucking Silverhawks. I love them to death.
Yeah.
Y'all heard me. I love Silverhawks. I was the most excited. I was defending the fuck out of those Super 7 pre-CAD renders that they were putting out. And everybody's like, dull paint this and dull paint that. I was the one defending it. Go fuck yourselves, because I love Silverhawks. I bought them all. I have them, and they're a fucking disappointment. They did not stand up to what they should have been. They weren't worth the price that I paid for them. One of them actually broke on me just from rotating the bicep swivel. I mean, so that makes me not going to give him money. I'm not going to shit on Super 7 because that's one QC issue, a major fail QC issue out of 50 things that I've bought from Super 7 between all those Thundercats and those fucking Silverhawks and all. I probably have 40 to 50 of their figures in my collection, but it only takes that one for me to go, you're not getting my money no more. Not until I see you fix this. You know, it's the Tigras, with the dookie stains all over them. It's the fucking, what's his face, EE, the one with the crappy hips that we both hate. What's his name? Groon. Those trash ass ball joint hips in the middle of the third wave of the line, like just out of fucking nowhere, this figure with these trashy hips. And he's the only one in the whole line that's been released so far that has those goddamn hips for some reason.
Yeah.
Why?
I want to go back to Jonathan's statement. He said tribalism is human nature. It's everywhere. It's not right, but it's nice when you can see people respect other people's interests. May not understand it, but respect it. Now, let's talk about the very definition of tribalism. Tribalism means consciousness. It's consciousness and loyalty. So there are the tribe. There are different factors of fandoms in here that we've already talked about them. Your ramen toys, your ramen toys fans, your Valorverse fans, to all that. But as a group, if you're, it depends on how you're viewing a group as a tribe. I'm going to use the realm in this example. I view the realm as a positive tribe. Yeah, we each have our quirks, and we each have our thing when it comes to each of us. But at the same time, when it comes to togetherness and doing something positive, that's the main thing about us. You go to some of these other different groups, um, you don't see you don't see that togetherness, you don't see that loyalty. Yeah, so I consider the realm my tribe. You know, I consider y'all my tribe. So it's like, whenever the realm is doing something, I'm all in for it because I know the outcome of what it's going to be. I'm not dedicated to these groups or factions where there's a lot of bullshit that's going on, and I'm not about that. So understanding and knowing when you can walk away from those types of environments, that defines you as a tribe, as that tribe member. You know what I mean? And you're absolutely right, Brink.
Fucking Brink.
That's right.
Look, I definitely think we've kind of strayed from our original topic here, um, but I think the point here with tribalism, is it's okay to be critical of something that you do enjoy. Um, if there are any sports fans in the chat right now, how many
Go Nick.
times have you railed and cursed out your organization and your team, but you're still there? I just had a huge meltdown early this week with the Knicks when they lost Game 5. You should have, chat with some of my other boys that I grew up with. You should have seen the shit I said about the Knicks that night. But guess what? I was still watching the game last night. I still have I have a Nick hat on right now and a hoodie.
Mhm.
I'm still a fan, but I will be
Jonathan.
critical when I need to be critical.
Hmm.
Um, and I mean, and look, let's be honest. It's try
Go.
the fighting and the arguing and the tribalism in these groups. It could be funny sometimes. The arguments and the back and the forth, and it's entertaining. And I'm guilty of it. I know I'm guilty of fucking with people when they say shit
Oh, hell
online.
yeah.
Um,
We have records to prove.
I don't sit there and
Right, Ricky?
deny my faults with all this either.
Yeah. So,
Welcome
hey,
back, Gort.
Gord, we haven't heard. Well, I know you had to step away for a second, but what's your take on tribalism in this form?
Well, like that's brought like, because I'm coming in like I don't know what you've already.
It don't matter.
Well,
If you're
Just
repeating
not.
something we said, you repeat something we said. Just your opinion
Just
on
don't say ramen toys. We've said it 5 million times already.
tribalism and
Oh,
yeah.
fandoms. You know,
What are your opinions on
well here,
tribalism in our collective community when it comes to
well
different
as a big
different.
Star Wars fan, like how do you see it in Star Wars stuff, in your Star Wars groups and
Oh,
Facebook chats that you're in?
Oh,
buckle
that's
y'all
not
seatbelts, y'all.
tribalism. That's just a big mosh pit of hate. It, like
See, there you go. See, that's why I got it. Talk about tribalism in Star Wars.
No,
Mm,
no. So like in the collector community, I mean, like even earlier, it's being discussed about whether you leave a toy behind or you just grab up the hot items and you're selling it or you're hooking up a friend. Is it for profit or for friend? Like it doesn't matter, because some people, Ricky, you want to leave it behind. Like you want the next guy to walk in and get stuff, but like stuff like that, it fits into that same bill.
mhm.
And like look, there's not really right or wrong until like you're wrong and you're just hating on people just for what they like or the difference of opinion. Like I'm sure you guys got into fans toys because like that's a nasty little group on Facebook
Oh,
where
we didn't yet. We
yeah,
didn't really
no?
go into it yet, but
Okay.
we can now.
The official Fan Toys group.
Yeah.
Yeah, those guys are next level.
Yeah. By the way, I sent an email to Surface at Fan Stories one time, and I was like, "Hey, I'm really loving the Fan Stories Masterpiece group that y'all got going on. It's really awesome." He said, "I got a response back. It says, I don't know the motherfuckers." Yo,
And I mean,
man,
I get it. Fan Toys makes a
man,
nice product. Whether it's for the most part, I think they've done very well over the years. I used to be a Fan Toys collector at one point. You know, there's a reason to be a fan of the company, but then again, when they miss, admit that they miss.
Look,
yeah,
if,
exactly,
if they make something that sucks, you need to be willing to admit this. If somebody makes something that's better or competitively priced and might be a better option, I think, address that. But,
yeah.
you can't be putting your stuff on such a pedestal to
I've
ignore these
watched
things.
dudes handle certain Fans Toys figures and be like, "This is the greatest thing ever." And I'll use Warthog for an example, and y'all know how shitty that figure is. It was like you're scared. I was scared to touch it after seeing everybody handle it when they got theirs, and then I finally got mine. It literally sat in the box for like 3 weeks. I did not open it until I finally opened it on the shelf. It's like, oh, here we go. Oh, I'm scared to do this because I always see it was always the leg issue, it was always the arm issue, and all that type of stuff. So yeah, they do make mistakes, but you can't sit there and tell me that, oh, no, 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 it's not like that with every figure, which may be true. But the majority of the figures that you've seen that people have actually shown, and it would have been nice to see people just show the ones that they didn't have any problems with. But guess what? Only ones I was seeing was the people that were having the actual problem with that figure, and they were very, very verbal about the issues that figure had. So I want to see, I want to see these groups take, handle the responsibility right, of that whole issue. What am I trying to say? I want to see I want to see more people being more holding these companies more accountable to what they're supposed to be doing, and that's
Well,
bringing it when they come out with a figure and they're asking you to pay X amount of dollars for that figure. It better be worth every dollar that you pay for that, and not have any of these issues. Yes, you're going to have QC issues on some of the ones, but when you're doing a run of a figure, it shouldn't be an issue with every single figure. And then you're telling me, oh, see, now I'm on ramen toys again with that whole Centurions thing, because y'all remember when they came out the Centurions, they changed the face sculpts. It was the head sculpts for those later, and then they wanted to charge you for it. And that's what I'm talking about. I'm just like, yo, no, show some loyalty, take care of everybody that actually bought
you
that
know,
first run, and send them head sculpts for no charge at all to you. That's a lesson that you had to learn, and you know not to make that mistake again. Period.
being critical in the right way can actually benefit the company that you're purchasing from. If letting them know that, hey, we want certain changes, we want things to change. I will bring up GI Joe as an example. The Hasbro team, when they first started, that very first wave was a look. The way they did the design of those figures weren't what people wanted, and then you had all the distribution issues. They listened, they heard what people had to say, and they pivoted. They've addressed the weapons issues and the gummy weapons that are being bent. They're listening. Well, they're getting better. They are getting better, and they said by the end of this year it should not happen anymore. I mean, there are things that are already in production. They can't change. But again, like
I feel like they've earned our
that
trust on
critical
that.
voice of letting these companies know that this is unacceptable sometimes, you know, can only help the company if they listen, you know. But it's got to be done in the right way, not just fuck you. Your shit sucks. Bye.
Mm.
I think Joe is the
I was
only
I was waiting to
Hasbro
let Gordon.
brand that you're seeing that kind of change in, though. Like, I don't feel that I see it in Star Wars. I think that they trot along, and every now and then, tomorrow, for example, they're putting out a Darth Sidious. You know, we have 13, 14 years of Black Series, and they're finally, you know, doing Mr. Sith Lord himself and a Yoda from the prequels, that is, not like Empire Strikes Back Yoda, but like these are things that have been asked for the longest time. Like you know, we have like no Jedi from the Jedi Council. They don't do that. It's endless clones, endless like repaints and retools and shenanigans like that. G.I. Joe, like there's a lot of part recycling, but you're getting constantly new characters. It's not iteration after iteration like I see in some of these lines. Like they didn't Marvel, you're going to get 50 Wolverines before you know, get the next bunch of guys. I think they do a good job with character selection there, but it's still that point stands. Like you're going to see a lot of the same thing before you get something new. And it's just like a constant thing. Hasbro and these companies, like the big, you know, the big companies, I don't think they give a fuck. A lot of the time people are buying it anyway. I think people were not buying those Joes though. And it's like a different thing. Like that's one of those few times, you know, speak with your wallet actually worked. And I don't know that I see that too much. You know, we've gotten like some of that stuff with third party maybe, but like one-offs.
Yeah, like they'll drop like the fix in the next release figure that goes back to the one that was before it when people complain. Like they do that a lot with the face sculpts and stuff.
New Age did like the leg covers with the
Dinobots. Yeah,
for the Grimlock, like things like that. But you do have to buy another figure to get it. It's not something that's made available to you to purchase just because. So if you're a Grimlock collector, well, guess what? You got to buy a sludge so you can fix your Grimlock. And if you have all of them, have fun with that.
I mean, somebody's got to come with two, right?
Like once upon a time, Make Toys with those wing fillers on their Seekers, they were going to come with the cone heads, which didn't all exactly come timely.
Well, that also happened with the Deformation Space. Like they did the back the covers on the wings for Starscream came out after the Starscream released, but then they released it with the Thundercracker and Skywarp. Like they did the same thing. They just came out faster than Make Toys because Make Toys still hasn't finished all their shit, have they? Like the cone heads and all that.
No, those are done, but they haven't done their headmasters that they'd announced or any of that stuff. That's long overdue, and I get the impression some people don't give a fuck. They probably sold their existing ones already, just waiting for it.
Yeah. And just the I don't. Did I say the name right? I thought I said Warthog. Did I say War Dog or Warthog?
War Dog and Warthog are two different third-party names.
Right. No, what did I say earlier when I was describing that Power Glide?
Yeah, I think you said Warthog.
I think you said Warthog.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I said Warthog. Okay.
War Dog was the
War Dog was the Bad Cube Warpath.
Yeah, Warpath. That's the
name.
I was brain farting. Zowie! Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, okay. I thought I said Warthog. Okay. So
everybody say War Dog so it fucks with his brain. We all heard you say War Dog. Dude.
I'm Boogie Jenkins in the comment. He's talking about War Dog. He's talking about well, first of all, he was talking about Andros, and I was like, why are we talking about Andros? He's comparing them to anyway.
I'm just saying it was check I can read the chat.
Yeah. It's all good. It's all good, Boogie Jenkins.
Brink brought up a good point. That was one of my biggest ins on Super 7. I still brag about it to this damn day. I ordered mine through BBTS, not through Super 7. My first
Panthro, right?
It was Panthro and Jacqueline. Lino. It was like Jacqueline. It was all those, that first wave.
Yep.
I ordered them all through BBTS, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I didn't get an email. I didn't get a phone call. I didn't get nothing. All of a sudden, there's this little tiny brown box just sitting in my fucking mailbox one day. Now, what the fuck is this? And it had a note inside of it saying that Super 7, of their own volition, had contacted all the companies, the wholesalers that were selling for them, found out who bought their first wave of Thundercats, got our addresses, and then sent us a booster pack upgrade kit to give us the proper colored underwears and weapons and head sculpts with a free glow in the dark eye head sculpt for Panthro, just because I can. That That is not good customer service. That's next fucking level customer service. And that's why I'll always, no matter how mad I am at them about these Silverhawks, no matter how much I'm not going to pay for their shit anymore until they fix some of this stuff, that I will always defend Super 7 as being not a good company, a great fucking company.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Super 7 is definitely top notch. Yeah, I got that kit too. When they sent it to me.
Good call, Brink. I forgot to bring that up when we were talking about that.
Yeah, but that's what I'm talking about. You and Super 7 was a small company back then.
It's
just
still
like
a small
Ace
company.
Well, not as
we assume
they're not
they're
as
a big
small
company
anymore.
because they have a bunch of different lines. They're still a small fucking company.
But no. But they're licensed to do everything that they're doing too.
They're
and that's the
still
other
a
thing.
small company.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
But
mean?
they
it's
have
not like they don't have their own plants. They still have to use somebody else's to make their figures. They don't have their own. They might have a warehouse here on this side of the ocean to send their shit to. Yeah. But they put their shit out at different factories to get made. They just have a bunch of licenses and they pay for them. And they don't sit there and talk shit. Ramen toys.
Right.
About how they
that's why I was talking about the head sculpt situation. Because your point, Super 7 made that whole thing right and sent that out to everybody on their dime. Ramen toys, Ace, that whole Centurion situation. There's still a lot of pissed people about that, about those head sculpts. When they corrected the head sculpts and then wanted to charge everybody if they wanted the replacement head sculpt. That was some bull.
And if you didn't get the first line, you still the way he ended up doing it was the first one had the fucked up head sculpts. The second wave had the right head sculpts, but the wrong bodies. So you had to have both lines to make the right one. Mm-hmm. So if you didn't get in on the first one with the bad head sculpts, he re-released a third set that was the right bodies with the right heads. Like he just he just kept coming with all these different ways to get you to send him fucking money. And that is another thing I don't like about him. Money up front. You're not allowed to use PayPal. He don't want none of that goods and services shit. You have to pay him with zero fucking protection, and you have to wait for years to get your shit. And then it's trash on top of that. It has QC issues. Go fuck yourself with all the dicks in the world. No, thank you.
That's a lot of dicks.
That's a lot of them. I don't trust shit like that, dude. Here's the people that I send money to, friends and family. 3 y'all on here, and maybe a couple of them in the chat squad. If I ain't sat down with you, if I ain't sat down with you and broke bread, and you ain't sat down with my family and broke bread, you ain't getting friends and family from fucking me. Friends and family literally means that. It ain't a please help me out because you're buying something from me on the internet. Friends and family. You ain't either one of those things, you ain't fucking getting it. Other than that, you're a business, and I'm gonna cover my ass because you're taking money from me. That dude, no thank. I want to get off of him.
I want that 4%.
No, thank you, sir. I'm not gonna happen. No fucking way in hell. No. Yeah. And y'all know my issue with Todd. I'm not saying he doesn't make good stuff. I don't like his attitude. We were talking about it earlier. His attitude of I'm giving you a 7-inch figure because that's what you want, whether you want it or fucking not. That's what you're gonna get. And I don't like that. That to me, that's what I was trying to say earlier when he kept telling me I was wrong. That is the same symptom of the Ace and Bobby telling you this is what you're gonna fucking get, fucking deal with it. It's that same thought process. He's not on their level. Same symptom, different disease. Like they're right there. Like he's better than them. I'm not putting him in the same boat, but he has a little bit of that in him, and I don't like that because he very much said that in that interview with Shardamus years ago when he first got the DC line. He asked him about the 6-inch lines. He's like, well, I'm giving you 7 inches. I'm gonna give you the same price. You're going to get a 7-inch figure. Of course, that's what you want. Motherfucker, no, that's not what I want. Because now your shit doesn't match the 500 other fucking figures I have in my collection. And then on top of that, you have issues within your own line matching fucking scale.
We are definitely
doesn't matter. We're just talking
off here.
We're talking.
Yeah, well, I want to.
And you were washing dishes or something, man. We were just talking.
Let's go ahead and get ready to wrap this up. But before we wrap this up, I want to say that
Pinkerton, don't you threaten me with a good time, sir.
Oh, Pinkerton's in the chat.
Yeah. Love, Chris.
Okay.
Hey, Jonathan, if you pick up Ricky and make that trip, I want that whole trip recorded. I want to.
John, I'm down, bro. I'm down.
I
dude.
want to
I'm down
document
go.
it and everything. Yeah, I want to know everything that happened. God damn it, Chris. Anyway, so all right, well, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Yeah, great discussion tonight. I hope everybody enjoyed themselves as we watched as y'all watched us talk about the Ollie's and Ross, and we also talked about tribalism tonight. Man, yeah, y'all in trouble. So so yeah. Yeah, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Great show tonight, guys. Thank you, Chat Squad, for hanging out with us tonight. Let's start out with Gord. Gord, where can we find you?
Right here.
My man. All right. Straight to the
Calm down.
EE.
Way too much talking, Gort. Relax.
You guys can find me here every other Friday night. You can find me in your Facebook group. You can find me in the chat squads occasionally throughout the week. And yeah, I am on Instagram somewhere. So, I forget the name, but it's there.
Yeah, probably
All right.
EE Prime 20.
No, I don't think there's a prime in there.
No. Is it the 2021?
Some shit like
One
that.
of them.
Hey, Ricky.
Here, baseball, work, wash, rinse, repeat. That's pretty much it. Ricky Ticket Timber in the groups. I also have an Instagram, but it's literally dead. I don't think I've posted anything there in 4 years, but I keep getting, it's awesome. I have so many followers on Instagram and there's fucking nothing. Like every time somebody sees me pop up in one of the realm things or something, they're like, friend follow request sent. And I'm like, who the fuck is looking me up in fucking Instagram? It's fucking dead. I haven't posted in there. I'll tell you how long ago it's been since I posted in there. When the OO Snake Eyes came out. Because I got that.
Oh,
and
wow.
I made my Storm Shadow and I did like a little picture thing in my backyard out in the wooded area of them fighting each other. And that was the last thing I posted on Instagram.
Gotcha.
It's been that long. So, anyways, I'm around. Come find me. Whatever. Jonathan, me and you gonna ride up and we're gonna put some extra seasoning in Ace's news.
I had to step away right up for what?
We're gonna go. I guess he wants to go talk to Ace about his Brave Star, and he wants me to come with him.
Oh, I thought you were talking about riding up for this.
Oh, nope. But we can talk
Another
about
friendly
that
reminder. Save the date, August 23rd to 25th.
Yes,
Realm Nation, the test shot at NJCC.
Come on out. I promise you, you're going to have a good time. If you haven't been to an NJCC before, you're definitely going to enjoy it, and you're going to enjoy what we're going to be having, what we got going on at the event as well with the Realm Nation Live, the test shot. All right.
I'm gonna be starting to GoFundMe. So
wait, Derek, we cannot forget about you. Where can we find you?
You can find me, Derek Bixby, on your Book of Faces. You can find me on Instagram. At, I haven't just like you, Ricky, haven't really posted in there while I'm still learning how to post stuff on that mug. But the handle is Derek What B.
Oh,
you can also find me.
Quick interruption. Breaking news. Read that out loud because that is
Realm Nation Room Block is next week. I'm assuming that you can find that out. I think they're going to talk about that on ETR, maybe.
We don't care. We broke it first. Ha ha. Suck it, y'all.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Chris. All right.
So Derek, what B? Sorry, buddy.
Derek, what B? Yeah.
How many A's?
I think it was 3.
5.5.
Is it? Yeah, I think it is exactly how I got it on my name thing right here. 3 A's. I think it's 3 A's. You can also find me here every other Friday for the Realmhattan Project. You can also find me on Tuesday, every other Tuesday for Do You Even Transform Bro? Make sure that you're checking out the Realm of Collectors YouTube channel and all our shows. We have Monday, our flagship show, ETR, End of the Realm. That's every Monday. Every other Wednesday, rotating Wednesdays, we have Shelf Gravy, and we just had Figure Banging last Wednesday. All right. And that's all for tonight, folks.
Stay tuned
join
for
us in 2 weeks.
the unbroadcasted hangout link that will be sent out shortly.
Yes, we will send out an unbroadcasted link for the. We'll send out a link for the unbroadcasted hangout. Damn. We're talking about.
If you're gonna just repeat the same thing he just said, at least say it right, dude.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. Yes. All right.
So we're gonna have
Thanks
a
for-
herp derp 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 link.
Realm Nation, August, be there. See y'all later. Peace.
Bring your speaking spells.
Say it with me now.
Realm